Alright, hear me out. If anybody else out there was like me and was pretty upset about the fact that we did not get some epic three-way domain expansion battle in this chapter because it kind of got messed up a little bit, go back and reread the chapter, but specifically with the expectations and knowledge that there is no three-way domain expansion battle. Just know that that is not going to be a thing in this chapter, and expect all of the other things in this chapter. It is dope, okay? This chapter was awesome. But, with that also being said, I know, different setup. I'm in Michigan for a wedding right now. Don't worry, we'll be back to the normal setup by the next time we talk about Jujutsu Kaisen. And yeah, we will have pictures back up and nice little stuff, whatever. Either way, going into this, for real now, I am so entirely pissed. Are you kidding me? We got teased out of a three-way domain expand. I needed this. I needed it, and I didn't get it. Now, I will say that in the chapter they stated, three-way domain, it's a little tricky, okay? It's a little bit trickier than two domains just going head-to-head. You have these differences between the internal and external makeups of the barriers that do not mix well, and the influence of an outside intruder. So it was both the fact that the internal and external components of the barriers and whatnot, blah blah blah, don't mix well, and because of Kurorushi. But we're going to throw all of that out of the window now because the black demon of the modern era dances in the barrier. Give me a break. More like the bitch of the modern era just stole a three-way domain expansion battle royale from all of us. Kurorushi, I am glad I got to see you die twice. That is the only semblance of peace I will get from this. If I ever see you living again, I will personally make sure to change the laws of the universe to make sure that parthenogenesis, whatever it is that you did to come back, is no longer a thing. Now, with that being said, the rest of this chapter is awesome. So, moving on, the barrier breaks, and we are now just down to the 4 original opponents that we had once we got into this little gauntlet thing that we were doing, because Daru got off-screened and he does not count. So, obviously, Uro didn't want to fight Kurorushi in the first place, and waited until Yuta took him out before hopping in. So, a little bit of attention started going that way. Had to keep a little eye on the bug. Problem is, Yuta noticed this, and this man is brutal with his efficiency and how thorough he is. Ryu even draws attention to this, or thinks about this later on in the chapter, because, yeah, Yuta goes behind Uro when she starts paying attention to Kurorushi, kicks her toward Kurorushi, like, oh, you don't want to fight him? Yeah, go ahead, get over there. Love it. Absolutely love it. Well, also on top of this, remember, curse techniques are much harder to use after you use a domain expansion. They will burn out. So, when Uro tries to use her curse technique against Kurorushi, somebody who has already been stated to be a bad opponent, if she can't use her curse technique right now, that makes him an even worse of an opponent. So, yeah, he just literally runs up, chops the arm. Cockroaches bust out of the arm, pop it off. Rika eats the arm. Eats her arm. So she cannot just, like, slap it back on with reverse curse technique. She can use reverse curse technique, but completely making a new arm is different from, like, putting it onto the stump and just, like, fixing that little area, okay? Brutal efficiency. Love it. Also, kind of forgot to mention it, yeah, Rika's more powerful now. Yeah, they trapped Yuta in the barrier, and Rika was just like, no sir, I didn't say you could do that, and got really, really pissed, made an eyeball pop out of the forehead, or forehead open up and expose an eyeball? Maybe it was both. Either way, yeah, Rika is more powerful now, and with all of this being said, Uro is now mad at Yuta/Rika for taking their arm, and on top of that, Still in a fight with Kurorushi, as everybody is in a fight with everybody right now. But Ryu is off to the side. And guess what? His curse technique is just cursed energy release. And doesn't really need to use it. He outputs the same level of energy without even using a curse technique. The only sorcerer to do so. Ryu, love it. This man in it of himself is dessert for all of us. Let's just be entirely honest, okay? Amazing character. And he's set up to fight Yuta. Now, keep in mind, Yuta also used domain expansion. So, curse technique, little wonky right now. So, Rika's up to bat right next to him. So we got Yuta, Rika, Ryu.